It's another reason why Coach Bennett raves about his ability to make plays and find guys.
Jayden Gardner tips it back to Kihei Clark as UVA uses a new starting lineup for the first time all season.
Trying to get Armaan Franklin going.
This is Gerald Drumgoole, the pit transfer who leads UAlbany in scoring and starts by splashing a mid-range jumper. Isaac McNeely also making his first start of the season, the true freshman out of West Virginia. Kihei Clark at the controls, gets it to Jayden Gardner, and that is money from the mid-range. Looking at your hand, what's going on? There goes Kihei Clark, dumps it down, Gardner finishes. 4 quick ones for Jayden Gardner.
Beagle has an advantage shooting face-up jump shots, just not inside against the bigs of the UVA.
Shedrick cleans up the miss from Franklin, and Caden Shedrick is on the board. Shedrick 1 for 3 from deep this year as the shot clock goes down to 5. Gardner on the face-up. That's too easy.
I think he's a guy that they can lean on a little bit more than they do.
Here is Ed Mead, who's a blur in the open floor.
He has extra gear with him, gets to anywhere he wants on the floor like that.
Finds some space and knocks down a jumper. This is Daquan Davis. Ed Mead again, one-on-one with Franklin. Nice backdoor cut, Sarju Patel. Whoa, scooped it home. Comes from playing for Jason Earl, who actually played for Pete Carrill at Princeton, so the ball movement is nothing new for him. Gardner picks it up, finds a wide-open Franklin. Just can't buy one now, but Gardner has the loose change.
It's not difficult to guard a big, drives one way, spins the other way. Coaches teach that because it's difficult to for the defender to get the angle.
That one falls for Armaan Franklin, and that's got to feel good for him.
2 high-level teams.
Yeah, just a great game. Great league, man. We don't really know who the cream of the crop is in the ACC yet.
It'll be decided late. They'll be going to March trying to figure that out. See if they go back to him without any real true big on the floor for UVA now.
Here comes McNeely. Hard to the 10. Count it, +1.
That's something you want to see. Just a hard drive from him.
There's Gerald Drumgoole. Daquan Davis, a guy who can really score when he is in the groove. Sets it up for Trey Hutchison, who knocks down a triple. UAlbany started 1 of 4 ever since they're 4 of 6. This is Daquan Davis isoing against Kihei Clark. The step-back jumper. That's pure from 3. Great Danes in front.
But one thing Tony will do, if you don't perform in the first half, sometimes you don't get back in the second half.
Yeah. Case in point, Franklin at Miami played 13 minutes total. Davis with a nice little teardrop, and he can get going in a hurry.
He called a timeout to kind of settle his guys down.
Franklin has some space, takes advantage, and drills a triple.
Favorite meals and everything that I still do today when I go see my mom, so.
It's a 7-0 run for UVA as Beagle scores. Little baby hook.
That pin down on that mover blocker action by UVA.
Davis from way downtown.
Coach Killings, I mean, he wants his guys to get after him.
Shedrick left alone.
Great penetration by Kihei Clark. Jacksons have to be careful. He has 2 fouls.
Clark pushed the tempo, got denied by Hutchison. Now 4 behind Jeff Jones for 2nd in program history. Franklin in attack mode, scores plus the foul.
Get it on the glass.
Clark applies the pressure, takes it away. Kihei Clark, he's been doing that for years here in Charlottesville.
Leads this team. Oh, another one.
Another one. He says, I'll have one more. Kihei Clark has taken this game over. Still the largest lead for UVA on a 9-0 run.
I mean, in fairness to both teams, you just don't get a lot of time to practice, and so.
Part of a 9-0 run for Virginia. Clark leaves it. Gardner scores it. Kihei Clark is dealing in this first half. 1 of 7. Great Danes have missed their last 8 field goals as that pack line defense starts to tighten the screws.
Is that the 4th air ball they shot tonight?
McNeely goes to the cup. Isaac McNeely gets it to Beagle. An outstanding true freshman had his pocket picked by McNeely.
Great job being a low man in the corner. McNeely rotating over, stealing that.
And Mike Tobey.
I got a fair question for you. Great move, great spin move by Gardner.
That is a strong move for points 11 and 12.
Will they be something that acknowledges, 3 or 4 year guy stats. Great find, great
That
pass.
is a great look from Jonathan Beagle. And it's not like games for Kihei Clark playing in number 139 tonight. Just so impressive, the stability and continuity as he swings a pass to Gardner, who scores it, plus the foul.
I think he'll find himself on the floor come conference play at some point.
Kihei Clark with space, pulls up and drills it. What a night for Kihei Clark.
I think it's where they want to be with the defense that he plays.
Jonathan Beagle, the freshman, spins and lays it in.
That is a big-time move right there for a freshman. I mean, just
touch too. Clark, Armaan Franklin. Franklin to the hole.
Great reject, drive baseline, plays off 2. UVA with a big lineup in right now.
Franklin, you bet. That barely even touched the net. 17 for Armaan Franklin.
I think they may have found their answers with the third lead scorer.
Remember, no Reese Beekman tonight for Virginia as Drumgoole goes to the hole. Good defense from Jayden Gardner.
You can see him continue that tonight. He's had a strong game tonight thus far on his way, like I said, again to a double-double.
Hutchison waits and scores off glass.
They just aged better, I thought it was. Kihei Clark being in the paint doing what he does, just finding guys.
What a look. Armaan Franklin drills it for 20 points tonight. Vanderplas to Clark. Clark always has his eyes up, feeds Vanderplas, who knocks down a triple.
That's why Vanderplas is so important to this team, because he takes your big and he stretches the floor.
5'10" senior from Norfolk steps back and missed it. Shedrick tried to jam it, gets it back and does.
I like Tony even more now that he kind of acknowledged this.
That's right.
Some of my guys.
Educating the youth.
There you go. Full-time job, even when it's your kids.
Armaan Franklin led the way with 20. Jayden Gardner with 16.
Great drive and kick there by Davis. Again, continue to guard, continue to defend. And again, both of these teams are getting ready for conference play. And don't let the score dictate how you play. You want to start building, continue to build good habits like that.
Wow. Jonathan Beagle.
Man, this young man's
another
been
great
impressive.
play.
I would imagine him being a big force in the American East.
Yeah, he's got a bright future. Keep in mind for UAlbany missing a couple key guys with injuries. Caffaro goes to work and scores over the top.
Screw it up, didn't box out and gave up the rebound, the and one, and I got to at least make up for it.
Drumgoole fires and hits. And finally, a triple falls for the Great Danes. That's Caffaro 0 for 5 now. As a team, they're 11 of 19, 58%. 3 on the way is good for UAlbany and Malik Edmead.
No reason to be embarrassed here. They scored 46 points. I mean, this UVA team is one of the best defensive teams in the country. Time to get back, get ready for conference play. Wahoo's in the 2-game skid and get back on winning track and get ready for conference play.